Yo, what's up?
Hey, we're just coming at you from Volume 3 of our West Virginia Horror Punk. As you hear in the background, Renfields go, Renfields go. You wanna fuck with the Renfields? If there's ever a band that doesn't need to take a backseat to any horror punk band, even the mighty Blitz Kid, it's the goddamn Renfields. Rick's coming at you here from West Virginia in our basement, and we're here with Renfields. Let's go.
You're probably saying, well, the Renfields ain't from West Virginia, they're from Transylvania. Well, they play a lot in Morgantown, West Virginia, and we consider them one of our own.
Yeah, if there's a band I think has really, how can you say they don't want to be called horror punk? They're actually more of a
Transylvania Pogo punk is the exact expression.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say about a band that really tries to make fun of horror punk, really treats it like a joke in a lot of ways, it's the Renfields. They portray themselves as a band that wants to be horror punk, but they make fun of it at the same time. Rick, he's a special person to us. That's Renfield. You're probably even more an expert on the Renfields than I am. So tell me, how's the band, where's the very roots of the beginning of it?
Well, in the very beginning, it all started with the man himself, Vincent Renfield. Originally, he was a one-man band, and then he started getting a little more members at a time. I believe the first drummer he had was called Chad, I think. I can't remember exactly, but I think the name was Chad. And then he went on, like he died, and he became the next Fiend, and they got another drummer, which was the first Dr. Herbert. And there's been, so far, I think right now, there's been 4 Dr. Herberts. And then, you know, we just got more members in it. We got Jamie Lee, and we got our favorite werewolf, Lucio Renfield, who likes to hump legs and shit on carpets. Dance. If you're watching this, Lucio, I want you to come over to Planet Carpet. I'm pissed at you, man. Besides, I don't like you humping my leg. That's fucked up.
Got a leg that's worth humping.
I suppose so.
So, yeah, now to understand, if you really want to appreciate the early roots of the Renfields, being a one-man project in its beginning, the very roots of it, you need to go to a website called West Virginia Rock Scene. Yeah. West Virginia Rock Scene, there's a whole list of downloads of fucking bands from West Virginia. Yeah, you may have heard of a band called Byzantine from Charleston. Of course, they're one of the big. Well, I'll actually talk about Byzantine more in a later presentation. I get more into the metal. And of course, Byzantine is a very well-known heavy metal thrash band. They came from Charleston. They played on Metal Blade Records. They've been signed with them. They play all around the world. They're one of the well-known bands, but they're from West Virginia.
Actually, Tony Rollerbaugh, that is the current guitar player for Black Hole Zion, was in Byzantine.
Yeah. And we will also be getting into that very band that he's part of now. What's the name of that band? What's his band he's part of now?
He is in Black Hole Zion.
Yeah, we will be talking about Black. You forgot the name. Always forgot.
Oh, I didn't hear your
Black
question.
Hole Zion.
I didn't hear your question.
We will be talking about Black Hole Zion when we get more into the metal part of the underground genre scene. But it all begins here. But go to that website, West Virginia Rock Scene. There's a whole list of bands. Like I said, Byzantine. And they got free downloads. And the Renfields is on there. The early demos and all the very early recordings Vincent Renfield did. It's on there. It's a free download. I actually like Jacko. Return of Jacko. That's one of my favorites. It's not
Or The Legend of Jacko.
That's it. The Legend of Jacko. I haven't listened to that probably in about a year. There we go.
Machete a Go-Go, man.
What's everyone's favorite Renfield song? Machete Go-Go. That's the fucking Blitzkrieg Bop.
Yeah, that is the Blitzkrieg Bop of Transylvania Renfield songs.
Dude, but I tell you, we've been to quite a few Renfield shows. And when this fucking song comes off,
people lose their shit.
They go crazy.
Yeah.
I would put a mosh pit, a Machete Go-Go mosh pit against anything Megadeth Metallica ever produced. Yeah. He gets fucking crazy. You better be on your game if you're going to be in the pit when that song goes off. And the band actually plays it better now than they ever fucking did probably, 4, 5, 10, 6 years ago. Yeah. But this is our Blitzkrieg Bop. This is West Virginia's Blitzkrieg Bop right here. I fucking dig this song. Me and Rick play it pretty often. We'll jam together with it. Yeah. We'll play it fast. We'll play it slow. But I actually kind of felt that this was the roots, the beginning of the Jasons. A hockey mask Fiend, the slasher coming out of this song in the beginning, man. Driving Coming to the City with a Body in the Back. God, that's just fucking classic horror punk right there.
I'm thinking that
with a body in the back.
I'm thinking Jason B listened to that song. He's like, hey, I think me and my Mongoloid brothers are going to make a band. We're going to be inspired by this. I probably bet that's what
I do think this song might have been at least a small part of inspiration to the Jasons. But that's another story. But this song, this is the one that gets your ass going, and I don't care how shitty you feel. You know, Machete Go-Go gets you going, man. That's the epitome of horror punk. That is, to me, the foundation of West Virginia horror punk. I can dwell on this fucking song all day. And of course, our next song.
This is my favorite Renfield song, Burning Revenge. It's based on the song, or it was based on the movie, The Burning. And what was The Burning? Well, basically, it's Friday the 13th before there's ever Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So, to me, I felt The Burning was a superior movie, better than any of the Friday the 13th or Halloween. You know? Yeah. And it really, I mean, it's known and respected today, but not as well as it should be. I really think The Burning should get more credit in the slasher horror flick than what it gets. I love Crowley, man. I would have loved to see a sequel to like a cartoon 3 done. Crowley fucking rocks, man.
Sure he does.
So
one thing I would like to add, my story is we first got into the Renfields. We heard about their legend through work. I was in high school. I heard about the Renfields. He heard about it at work, and then when I went to work at Sharp with him, I had patients tell me about the band too. So we decided to look them up, and we're like, wow, this band's cool. When we was down at the Mothman, it seems like all our stories surround the Mothman festival. When we was down there, we asked the other bands, hey, you know, we heard this band, the Renfields. I was like, oh yeah, the Renfields. You know, everyone's heard of the Renfields. So the first time we got to meet them was Halloween. Every year we have a Halloween show in Morgantown, and when we seen them play live, it was amazing. It was great. About a year or two later, down at the Transylvania Lunatic Asylum, I wanted to see that band. And I was like, oh man, the Renfields are playing in my hometown. For me, Weston, I don't have a whole lot of things. I can say I'm proud of Weston, but when your fucking #1 favorite band plays Weston,
keep going.
And man, I tell you, I was like, oh, I'm going to see the Renfields, man. That was the first time I got to meet my good friend Bloodhawk. I never met Bloodhawk before, and I was like, oh, he's such a nice guy, one of my best friends of all time. And when I got to see the show, it was even more energetic than the Morgantown shows are. People don't get to see the Renfields a whole lot. Actually, the Transylvania Lunatic Asylum used to hold Battle of the Bands, and about every year, I'm pretty sure it was every year, the Renfields always came down and played the Battle of the Bands, even with the Lurking Corpses. But man, I just remember that show. That was such an awesome show. So energetic. I even got picked to dance with the werewolf. I got the shit beat out of me, man. I got punched in the face. I got thrown into the band. Pretty sure my face hit Bloodhawk's cock. I got pushed up there. But man, that was fun. I had a good time. They got to hang out with the band backstage after the show.
The face was in Bloodhawk's cock.
Yeah, so they grabbed me and I got thrown in the stage. I'm pretty sure I did. My face hit him in the dick. So, but I just picked myself up and went and just danced with the werewolf for him. If you want to dance with Lucio, man, he's rough. Go watch yourself, man. But that was my story. Great show at the Transylvania Lunatic Asylum, and I can't wait for him to see him back there again, man.
One thing, when you get into the Renfields, it's such a rich, underground, independent vibe to it. I think of all the bands, it's right in some ways, much in a way level even above Blitzkid, because one time when we were hanging with Vince, we were at his house and showed us, remember the old VHS video?
Yeah.
Of some of the early performances playing in these kids' basement.
It was like one of the very first shows, man.
Yeah, he was just a young kid pretty much that time, and he was kind of looked like a little early Glenn Danzig. You know, he was up there singing. He was just young at that time, and you just felt this vibe. You know, they were all playing in this basement. And you think about them in the basement shows that Renfields have played, and Vince have played just fine. So, I mean, if you know the individual, is special. A highly gifted individual. He's really fought against some big odds in his day. I mean, he's come from obscurity, living in, you know, everyone always thinks Blitz Kid, but now the Renfields are getting to be known worldwide, and now as a musician and as an artist, he's grown even way beyond his band, the Renfields, which is his roots. He began with that band. And to see that how he's grown and taken it to whole new levels, man, it's an awesome feeling. Because really, when you study music and genres, it's about what's going on in your backyard. Vincent Renfield, to me, he is, I always called him, you know, he's West Virginia's answer to Glenn Danzig. Maybe Glenn Danzig going a little more crazy or retarded, so to say. That's how I've always called him. The guy's an awesome, talented individual.
The retarded Glenn Danzig.
Yeah, that's what I always call it. I know that ain't supposed to be the word to use today, but who gives a fuck? It's true. The guy is fucking out of his mind crazy. He approaches everything with a grain of salt of humor. It's always humor and to his music. And to see how he's growing. Now, I guarantee in future projects, you're going to see Vincent Renfield take things to a whole new level you never thought possible. His future projects and what he's doing is so big. The one thing he gave us there last year was, one was a set list, one of the very early first set lists. You probably can't see it, of the Renfields. And also handwritten lyrics, I think, for Ramones Zombie Massacre. Those are the handwritten lyrics when he first wrote Ramones Zombie Massacre.
Yeah.
And some of the early handwritten lyrics. I thought that was cool. He gave us those, and
that's actually one of my favorite Renfield songs.
Yeah.
What else was the other one? Just that?
I don't know, man. Unfortunately, without my glasses, I can't really see. But he's got some of the early handwritten lyrics and these songs that you're hearing on this album. He gave it to us. Now, musically, we're getting ready to do an interview with the current Dr. Herbert. We'll be doing that here probably in a couple weeks. We're setting up to do an interview with the drummer of the Renfields, and he's going to give us a little bit more history of his involvement with the band.
Tell us more.
Yeah, we're going to be looking forward to doing that. So we're going to be hooking up here in a couple weeks, be looking for that interview. That's actually going to be the Rick's first interview we've done all year. You know, since this all COVID's happening. And one thing I like about it is that, of course, with Vincent Renfield, the whole pumpkin makeup, we actually have a video of him putting the makeup. We'll walk you through step one step how he does the makeup. Now, we're never going to put it up on our YouTube because that was something that was
done for us
personally. We don't want to kind of like, you don't tear the mask off Zorro or the Lone Ranger, man. You know, you want to respect that. But
identities that
you kind of want to respect that character and him putting on that persona. And we actually videotaped that, him putting the makeup on, describing how he does it, how he's varied it through the years. And of course, we've had, the Mummy, the guitar player. Can you name the different guitar players he's had?
I always had a few, but there's actually two Dick Ramseys. The first one was Dick Ramsey Jr.
Dick Ramsey, yeah.
And the second one was Richie Ramsey, but they still call him Dick, so.
And of course, who's the bass player? What's the name of the bass player?
The Fiend.
The Fiend.
And what happens when you feed the Fiend? Well, basically he's just happy, and no one wants him to be happy, so don't feed the Fiend. Don't do that.
Yeah, we always kind of wonder why they always said, don't feed the Fiend. Well, why not? Well, Rick asked me this one time. Yeah. What happens when you feed the Fiend?
It makes him happy, and we can't have him happy.
Can't have him happy. And didn't they do a VHS?
There was actually a VHS called Fiend's Day Out. What is Fiend Days Out? Well, basically it's a porn video of how he got the little Fiend. Yeah, as a baby Fiend, yeah.
Ain't it something like a mild porn film?
It's porno, yeah. I actually don't own it, but one of these days I'll find it eventually. So.
And you probably get a copy. Get your hands on a copy of it. And so, of course, it was just seeing how the band has evolved and morphed and changed their image. We do. We're going to go grab the jacket. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. So you can see how the band has actually evolved and changed their look. You can go on YouTube and you can look up a lot of the earlier Renfield shows and seen how like they were 4 or 5 years ago. You know, they played Charleston Horror, which is Shocker Fest or whatever the hell it's called. I've never even been to it, but we have a horror convention in Charleston. A lot of the horror punk bands come here and play. The Renfields played there many times. There are shows where the Renfields played there. They played Pittsburgh many times. I don't think they ever done like a big tour or anything. They mainly just played West Virginia, Ohio, Virginia, like Pittsburgh, you know, surrounding states and areas. So you can go on YouTube and look up a lot of their shows, and you can see how the band has evolved. And especially when we looked at the early video where it was just Vincent Renfield singing in the basement, and then to see how the band where it's going today. Now they got like this high school jock Letterman jacket look, you know, now, which makes it a little more streamlined. The show definitely seems like it's off more energetic. And as you can see, we actually have the original mantle. This is the jacket that Vincent Renfield used to wear. That's our fucking prize, one of our prize collections right there. Turn that around.
This jacket has actually gone through different variations itself. It's got different looks to it.
Just like Vincent always evolving, his costume, his attire always evolving. Now this is the real deal. This is what Vincent Renfield wore on stage. It ain't no fucking reproduction. This is the actual jacket he wore.
Dead skin on it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I love these fucking buttons, man. Acid Witch. Acid Witch rock.
He's got all kinds of patches on here. One of the original Renfield patches. You can't get that anymore.
And of course, that's sarcasm. The Vincent Renfield sarcasm, Misfits.
Yeah.
It's all about obeying money. The Misfits, you know, all it's about is the money. You know, of course, I think he's more referring at to Jerry Only used to think of the Misfits. But yeah, it's all about the money, man. And if you get into the reunions of Misfit reunions, I appreciate them for what they were, but
speaking of Misfits, there's an old Misfits patch, but he painted the face orange for Vincent Renfield.
Yeah.
And originally on the back here used to be Lucio Fulci Zombie. He used to have Lucio Fulci Zombie old t-shirt he used to have, and he had that as the back patch.
I just now noticed the bones.
Yeah,
He's got like bones in the shoulders.
Yeah.
Dead skin, you know, a piece of skin on the collar.
He's got blood inside the jacket. I never saw that. Blood inside of it.
Yeah.
More skin. So how I got this, one night I was just telling him, I said, man, I really love that old jacket you used to wear. And he sent me pictures. He's like, you know, you got a bunch of old Renfield stuff, man. How about I just give you the jacket for your museum? I was floored, man. I was like, dude, I can't believe you're giving this to me, man. So big thank you to Vince for giving this to me. I did wear it a couple times. Unfortunately, it's too small. I'm a big boy. But he always said I could alter it. Thank you so much, Vince, for this jacket, this donation. And this is what they used to wear. This is the new outfit.
Yeah, this kind of represents the new current look.
This is the orange and black jacket. And you may think this is just
this is the Renfield's collars today.
The collars, yeah, TR. You're probably thinking, well, why did they switch from the old classic look to these, what are these called? Jock jackets, whatever?
Yeah, Letterman jackets.
Letterman jackets, that's it. And it's more of a, they wanted to make a, they're trying to make a, what's that called?
Like a football, like a hockey team.
Yeah, I can't think of the word I want to say, but it was a homage to like how the music scene really is. Like some of these certain bands act like, you know, instead of just being bands or all cliques, and he says, oh, well, most of these bands act as cliques. Y'all act like a bunch of jocks in football. So we're going to add to it. We're just going to wear these Letterman jackets, and we're going to show you that's what your scene really is like, your band.
And that's really what sets the Renfields apart. If you talk to him, it's not saying, hey, we're a horror punk band.
Yeah.
In a way, he's making fun of it. He's trying to say, he's even told us numerous times how there's this clique in horror punk, and you're supposed to, you know, you're cool if you associate with this band. You have to like this band.
Right.
You know, just like, what's the famous song where they're actually talking about that?
The handbook for the recently horror punk.
Yeah, that's one of the newer.
And if you actually listen and read the lyrics to that, you'll be like, oh shit, you'll understand what he's talking about. If you know the lyrics and listen to them, you'll understand what he's talking about. Especially with the Letterman jacket.
That's right, yeah. If you listen, that's why he's singing in those songs. It's about clicks. It's about having to conform to an image the way you think horror punk is. Well, Vince is about saying, I don't want to be about that. He may say he is, but he's trying to make fun of it, and he's taking his